The date was July 23rd, 2023. For some, it was a normal day, but for me, it was far from normal. You see, that was the day that I challenged myself to make my grandpa go viral on YouTube. But before we get into that, I have to give you some context. A few weeks ago, I met with my grandpa and my older brother because my grandpa had an idea a while back to start a video course that would teach people how to coach a basketball team. So we met up just to talk through different business strategies, and we also discussed the different roles that each of us can play in the company. We eventually decided that my brother would run the website, my grandpa would be the face of the company, and that I would run the YouTube channel. That essentially meant that I was the one in charge of growing a consistent fan base so that we could advertise the course. Now I could go about this two ways. The easy way, where I post 1, maybe 2 times a week, or I can go about it the fun way and do everything in my power to make this channel blow up as fast as possible. I think you know which one I chose. Now the rules for this challenge are simple. A, I have to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers within 48 hours. B, this channel has to stay within the basketball niche. And C, I cannot use my main channel to promote this. Now for this challenge, I mainly focused on short form content. And the reason is because even if you have a brand new channel, shorts can very easily gain thousands or even hundreds of thousands of views. And I've seen brand new channels where shorts have gotten even tens of millions of views. And shorts also do this weird thing where if you have multiple YouTube shorts on your channel and one of them starts gaining views, all the other ones will gain a ton of views also. So they essentially compound off of one another. A few days back, I did some testing on a channel called The Basketball Doctor. I posted one video and it did terrible. The channel's sitting at around 6 subscribers, so this is the channel that I decided to use for the challenge. I immediately got to work on the first YouTube short. I wanted it to get a ton of views, so I began doing research in the basketball niche to see what people actually like to watch. Then I found this channel that made a video talking about weird NBA rules, and it had 36 million views. So I did what any man trying to get views would do, and I stole the idea. Anyways, I wrote a simple script, then I put it inside of an AI text-to-speech generator to get some voiceover. Then I put it inside of an editing software and added different stuff like clips, captions, and music. And that was essentially it.
The Weirdest NBA Rules Part 1. Did you know that shattering the backboard in an NBA game is a technical foul? This rule was implemented because of people like Shaq, because he has shattered multiple backboards in his career. And did you also know that the number 69 is not allowed to be on a jersey? This is not an official rule, but people have requested the number and have been turned down. And no one has ever worn this number in NBA history. And did you also know that the visiting team always gets to choose which hoop that they want to use first?
I posted the video and in the beginning it wasn't really performing all that great, but sometimes it takes a minute for these things to actually hit the algorithm, so I wasn't too worried. Albert Einstein once said that life is like a bicycle. To keep balance, you must keep moving forward. So I immediately started working on another video. For this video, I just wrote a script talking about who the best rebounder ever was. Then I began editing the video. The idea with this one was to see which one would perform better so that I could replicate it. Anyways, this video took me about 3.5 hours to edit.
Who is the greatest rebounder in NBA history? Now you may think that the greatest rebounder is someone like Shaq because he takes up so much space underneath. Or maybe you think it's someone like Charles Barkley because of his low post dominance. But neither of those people even come close. The best rebounder averaged over 20 rebounds a game, even though he only weighed 220 pounds. He was also only 6'7", which is short in comparison to other top rebounders, and he was even recruited by Michael Jordan. And the best rebounder ever is Dennis Rodman.
By the time I was done creating this video, it was already 4 AM, so I decided to post it and go to sleep. But little did I know, while I was sleeping, one of my videos started gaining views. And when I got up and noticed, it had gained 3,000 views. And the channel had gained about 6 more subscribers. This sudden spike in views did boost my ego, but more importantly, it let me know that people actually liked watching the weird NBA rules video. So I began working on other videos that were similar to it. I wrote 2 scripts, then I started the editing process for the first one. And as I was doing that, the other video that I had posted also started gaining views. That brought our total sub count to 31, which was a super good sign, so I continued to work on the next video. I finished it in like 3 hours, and I immediately posted it because I had no time to spare.
Who is the greatest scorer in NBA history? Now, you may think it's someone like LeBron James because he holds the all-time scoring record, or maybe you think it's someone like Shaq because he is so dominant in the paint, or you may even think it's someone like Stephen Curry because he makes every three-pointer that he shoots. But if you thought it was any of those people, you'd be wrong, because the best scorer ever has won 6 championships. He also averaged 30 points a game, and he even scored 38 points in a game when he was sick with the flu. And the best scorer ever is Michael Jordan.
I experimented with the hook in this video because the other videos were getting bad STR, which essentially means that too many people were swiping past the video and not watching it. But the reason that they were actually getting views is because when people decided to stick around and watch the video, a large percentage of them watched the whole thing. So I realized that if I got less people to swipe past the video, I would get thousands or even tens of thousands of more views. So I began the editing process on the next short. I also did some small changes in the intro to see if that would help the STR. This video took about 4 hours to create and it was looking pretty good, so I posted it.
NBA rules you never knew existed. Did you know that if more than 5 players on a team die before a game, the NBA will hold an emergency draft where the team will draft players from other teams until they fill their roster? And did you know that you are not allowed to wear the NBA logo upside down during a game? And we all know that teams have a total of 6 timeouts each. But did you know that a team is actually obligated to use at least 4 of those timeouts during a game? And if they don't, then they will be met with a technical foul.
It was about 7 p.m. at this time, and I only had around 37 subscribers, which was not good because tomorrow at noon the challenge would be over. I sat there in silence thinking to myself that there was no way that I would be able to hit 1,000 subscribers by that time. Is that it? Am I just going to give up? No one has ever won a chess game by resigning. If I was going to actually achieve this goal, I needed to think outside the box. Remember when I said that I couldn't use my main channel to promote this channel? Well, I never said that I couldn't use other people's channel. I think you know where this is going. I started messaging some of my closest YouTube friends, asking them to promote the channel any way possible. And some of my friends actually have a fairly decent sized following, so it was looking promising. I also started messaging my friends and family to see if they wanted to subscribe. I also asked everyone to send it to all their contacts so we could get a pyramid scheme going. I wanted to post at least 2 more videos before tomorrow morning so that I could give them enough time to actually gain traction before the challenge was over. But it was already 8 p.m. so if I wanted to get these videos posted and the pyramid scheme started, a miracle had to happen. At around 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. that night, the last 2 videos took off, and that got us a bunch of views. Both the videos that I made the night before had also gained around 1,000 views each, and within the last 2 days alone, we were able to gain 21,000 views, which is crazy if you ask me, and that brought our grand total subscriber count to a whopping 60 subscribers. Although that was only 6% of the way to 1,000 subscribers, it was still crazy that we were able to get 21,000 views in only 2 days. A wise Japanese man once said, "We learn little from victory and much from defeat." So I'm not done trying to grow this channel. So if you want to help me out, go and subscribe to the channel. Link in the description. And also go and support all the channels that helped me with this challenge. Their links are also in the description. Anyways, subscribe!